Hey guys, it's the girl Jahlicia, and I'm back with a new Jahlicia After Dark. Yes! Now I could not tell you what number Jahlicia After Dark is. I think I'll leave it up there. But today, we're getting all up into it. Now, as you know, Jahlicia After Dark is mainly sex questions. You know, if you're not comfortable asking your friends, your mama, your boyfriend, you can definitely ask Jahlicia. Over here, we keep it real, uncut, unfiltered, but considerate, okay? So as usual, I'm going to read the letter and then we're going to go ahead and answer the questions. All right? And as you can tell by the title, this is a good one. You already know. All right. Dear Jahlicia, I love your channel. Thanks. And I have some question, and I have a question that I hope you can answer. I'm too ashamed to talk about this with my friends, so as you say, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you. Okay, girl. I'm horniest when I'm on my period. I'm not saying that I don't get horny at normal time, but when I'm on my menstrual, it seems like I am insatiable and cannot get enough. Is it cool to have sex during my period, or will I totally gross my boyfriend out? I've been afraid to ask him before, and sometimes I make subtle hints and he says things that makes me think sometimes he's interested or sometimes he's not, but I've never been able to go ahead and flat out say, I know I'm on my period, but I want to do it. Do you have any ideas or suggestions on how I can say it or what I should do, or is this completely nasty and I should just forget about it? Sincerely, confused. Now this is for sure a taboo topic. I'm definitely going to say that. And I am also going to say most people are on either side of the spectrum. Most are like, girl, if a pig can slide through mud, okay? And some people are like, ew, gross. I have to say that it all depends on your mate. I am the type of person, I can relate to being horny, and most women I think do have that day at least, or a day or two within their period where they're just like rah, rah, they can tear down anything, okay? So I feel like that's normal, first of all, so that's not something you should worry about. But there are some men that are like, girl, I don't care about no blood, and then there are some men that are like at just the thought of doing it. So it all depends on your mate. I've had some boyfriends that's been cool with it because I don't think it's gross, but again, I'm a female and I've been dealing with my own period my entire adulthood, so it's not gross to me. The thought of sloshing around in regular blood is gross, but you know, to each his own. When it's time to do it, girl, I don't be thinking about that. Also, I do find that once you're actually doing it on your period, especially if you do it like on the last 2 or 3 days, it's not as bloody and massacre-y as you think it would be, as if you would do it on your first or second day. So where you are in your period does matter. Also, what I would suggest is, I don't know if women have noticed this, but when you shower or when you go swimming or when you're in water, I don't know if your vagina has like a temperature for liquids, but your blood flow stops. So what I would suggest doing is doing it in the shower. You will get a tiny little bit of splotching, but it would nothing like if you were doing it in the bed. So for me, because I don't know how to say this without giving too much information, Ray don't like it. He don't like that whole blood thing. So if I want to get it in, and I wouldn't say trick him because he knows when I'm on my period, but if I want to get him in the mood and his mind doesn't automatically go to ding ding ding, bitch you bleeding, I would catch him in the shower and get a little quickie in there. And yes, I've done it. Now I'm never gonna get him to go in the bed. It's just, he ain't like that. He's very squeamish in that way. And girl, if you in the shower and he even sees a remote part of blood, it's like, ah, what you thought you was gonna do? Don't touch me, don't touch me. It's like that. And most men are like that because they're babies and they don't have to deal with blood on a regular basis like we do. So it definitely depends on your mate. Now you ask ways that you can bring it out. Dropping hints is an easy kind of feel safe way to see if he's interested, but if he's giving you ambiguous answers, then you really don't know. So what I would do is 2 things. You can do either one of these. you know, Jahlicia is very blunt. So I would say, hey, how do you feel about sex during your period? I mean, just ask him flat out. That's what I would do. Or you can say, you can give the whole, my friend wanted to know if her boyfriend would be interested, so I'm going to ask you to see what you say. That might work also, but it just depends on the relationship you have with your boyfriend. If y'all are doing it, I feel like you should be able to say anything you want to him. I would just go out and say, hey, I be real horny on my period, and if I go in the shower where the blood is stopped, can you at least give me a little quickie? I don't know a man that at least wouldn't consider that. You know what I'm saying? So that would be my suggestion. It's a taboo topic because I know a lot of women that think it's disgusting. I am not one of them. Now, if you ask, if I had to deal with somebody else's blood, I would be a little squeamish myself. But being that it's me, I don't think it's gross, and I'd be like, child, get your life. So, like I said, it's all depending on you. But that's the suggestions that I would give, because like they say, I've heard this a million times, if a pig can slosh through mud, you can fuck me through the blood. Okay, let me just go ahead and say it. I was trying to be taboo earlier, but let me just say it like how it is. Bottom line. So like I said, unfortunately that's not the decision that I can make for you, but I can tell you, you're not crazy for thinking that. It's in your normal hormones to be horny and wanting to get it in, girl. If you have a mate, you know, it's his job to satisfy you. Also, what I would suggest doing also before sex, if you're not gonna go right in the shower, you can use a tampon, because some people use those little cups, but I don't trust those cups for this situation. I would put a tampon in at least maybe an hour before, and then take it out and go right to do it. I have also heard of some people just pulling the tampon right out before the dick goes in, and that minimizes the crime scene look, if you will. Okay? So I definitely hope that was helpful for you. Thank you so much for writing this letter. I hope I didn't wait too long, because you guys know I have so much going on my channel. So I hope this still was valid for you. Confused? Thank you so much for writing me in. And if you have any other follow-up questions, feel free to go ahead and inbox me. Now, as usual, guys, it's your turn to go ahead and give your feedback down below. Do you think doing it on your period is gross? Or do you think men need to man up and just give you what you want? So definitely leave your comments down below. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Jahlicia After Dark, and I will see you in the next one, and try not to wait so long before I do it. Also, questions about sex questions, anything that you'd like, that you might be embarrassed about, that you would love to ask me, go ahead and inbox me right here on YouTube, and I will answer your question. Alright? Peace out!
He works hard for the comments, so you better hit that like.